My name's Tracy Fullerton, and I'm the founding director of USC Games, where we teach game design and development as part of the #1 games program in the nation. When we first started the program here at USC Games, we got a lot of young men that were super enthusiastic about coming here to study games. But always in the back of my classes, there were 1 or 2 young women who would come maybe for the first session, and I always ask everyone, what games do you play? Do you consider yourself a gamer? And they'd always, say, no, I don't consider myself a gamer. I say, well, what games do you play? And they start listing off, oh, we play all these games. I'm like, then you're a gamer. Somehow along the way, they'd been taught not to think of themselves as gamers, and they'd been taught it wasn't really a path for them. And it became a real mission for me and for the rest of the faculty here in the program to make sure that we were welcoming to these young women and other, diverse groups, to support them and to welcome them into this path of creativity. It took a long time, but after you have a number of alumni who are really successful women game designers, once you have faculty who are representative of diverse voices, who are also successful game designers, and you start to build a welcoming environment, then those young women, when they come into classes, don't sit in the back. Then they come in droves. And, that's been just a real joy to see, because the program has gone from, really being a typical game program where there was just a few young women to having gender parity in the last several years. I think they have a kind of experience in listening to each other and respecting each other that we hope will be a part of a shift in the game industry as it develops. The type of student who does really well here and who's really exciting to work with is really a Renaissance person, to be honest. Standouts would include Genova Chen and Kelly Santiago. Here, they produced first a game called Cloud. Later, Genova's thesis project, Flow, which we were able to get them a kind of stunning deal at the time, which was a 3-game deal with Sony. Pretty unheard of to come out of game school and get a 3-game publishing deal. One of the other things that's interesting about an academic game program that we can do here is we can do research. Taking great creative risks and trying to push the medium forward with really out there ideas. So for the past 10 years, I've been working on a game about Henry David Thoreau, the philosopher, living at Walden Pond. And it's essentially a light survival sim mixed with an exploratory narrative. And it tells the story of Thoreau going down to the pond, seeking not only how to survive in nature, but also how to find inspiration. And for me, it's a particularly topical subject because I think that we are all rushed. And Thoreau was writing at a time when new technologies, like the railroad and the telegraph, were coming in and causing the pace of life to speed up. And he was saying, wait a minute, let's think about how these new technologies are affecting our lives. And I wanted to make a game that echoed the themes of today. The game actually launched a couple of years ago for PC and Mac, but we've spent the last year porting now to Xbox. We got so many requests, so we're bringing it to Xbox this summer, and we're extremely excited about doing that. So yeah, it looks beautiful, and I hope that now Xbox players can enjoy some solitude in the woods of Walden Pond. One of the things that I found is that, in shipping a game like Walden, for example, we've been able to reach out to players who never have played a game before. And they write to us, and they're like, I've never seen a game like this. I've never been attracted to games, but I'm buying this. We want to make the very medium of games something that is recognized as an important cultural force in the same way that it's recognized as an important economic force. So it's really important to me that we see games grow as a medium. And the one way that I know to do that is to have different voices making new, different, just exciting games. Games that make you pop up and say, really? They made a game about that? I've got to see that.